Hi, I want to talk to you guys some about characterization. Characterization is the way that an author teaches readers about their characters, what their characters' personalities like, what their values are, what their characters see as important. Um, and characterization also helps shape the action of the story. In terms of plot, you think about what would a character do. If a character is very shy, then that would affect how they would take action in the plot. Um, in writing, there's a big saying that goes, show, don't tell. And the idea behind show, don't tell is you want to try to limit exposition. Exposition is something the book talks about as well. Exposition is when you come in and say what a character is like. So to show that a character is shy, you want to come and say, this character is shy. You would write a scene where someone's talking to them and they're trying to avoid talking to them, where we see them being shy, and then the reader can figure it out for themselves. There's 6 different ways to characterize. The first way is what a character thinks. What a character thinks lets us know what their thoughts are. A lot of that depends on point of view. If you're writing in first person, we're inside the head of the main character, and then we can tell what they think. Another way to tell is what a character says. What a character says will help determine, again, what they think, but people don't always say the same things that they think. They may think some things that they choose not to say, or they may think one thing and say the opposite, depending on what they think will help them achieve their goals. So people don't always say what they think. Those can be different. The third one is what a character does. Actions speak louder than words. And because actions speak louder than words, a character may think one thing and do something else, or say one thing and do something else, especially with words, with saying versus doing. So a character may say, oh, I really care about the environment, but then they do something that pollutes the environment. Well, do they really care about it? They might think they do, they might say they do, but their actions don't show us that they do. What others say about them. What others say about them is important as well. That gives us an idea of, it gives us a more objective view of who they are. Just because someone thinks they're a good person doesn't mean that other people think the same way about them. So what others say about someone is just as important as what the character says about themselves or thinks about themselves or does. And what they say about others, what a character says about others is, which goes along with what a character says, is also important. For instance, we might see that the character is judgmental or that the character is rude, which gets a lot into the next one, which is not only the content of what a character says, but how a character says things. Do they say, what's their tone? What kind of emotion are they portraying? You can also tell things like educational level. Do they tend to use big words? Do they talk down to people? Do they try to make things simple and easy to understand? There's lots of different things you can get out of how a character talks. You can tell things like where they're from sometimes by looking at things like the diction they're using, the syntax they're using, and what that kind of says about a person. Is a person trying to seem cool? Are they being honest and straightforward with someone? Are they trying to use words that show that they're hiding something? Finally, a character's appearance. The way that a character appears might tell us different things about them. For instance, the clothes that they wear. Do they tend to be more high class or low class? We might get an idea of their social class from that. Like, for instance, if they're wearing a t-shirt with holes in it and a bunch of stains, they're probably lower class than someone who's wearing like a three-piece suit, for instance. They might tell us things about their interests or their hobbies. For instance, someone who's wearing a t-shirt that's advertising a sports team or a rock band, that's going to tell us something that they're interested in. They're interested in that sport. They're interested in music. Whatever it is, we can tell by looking at their appearance. We can see things by how important is their appearance to them. Does their hair look like they've spent hours working on it, or does it look like they just rolled out of bed? And so that gives us kind of an idea. Do they wear in a way which follows a certain archetype? Like, are they trying to give themselves a country western look, more of an urban look? Are they wearing makeup? Those sorts of things can all give us clues into kind of who they are as a person. And hopefully you guys learned something about characterization and how to shape character in a story. Thank you very much for your time. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.